What is going on, everybody? I have a nice watch list for you guys right now. Usually these hit like crazy, so this is another one that I'm very, very confident in that I want to tell everybody. I've been calling for this big, massive pullback for the longest time, and I think it's going to continue, so let's draw this together really quickly. Flashback in time, I drew this line from all-time highs at 479.98, and I tapped this nice little resistance point that we rejected before at this 461 level, and then we ran all the way down, sorry about that, on the 361, and we just tapped it again, so I figured we would get rejected. So I took some puts at this level, and we had a nice drop down, had a nice little relief rally, then Jerome Powell absolutely destroyed the market. So let's think of where we're going this week. I'm looking back at this June 9th price action right here, and I'm going to draw a support line at this 401, about 35, 401.50 range, and then I'm going to show you this gap fill right here at this 395.60 after this 401 is broken down. So I could potentially see us having like a nice little choppy couple days, maybe just a Monday and then a Tuesday action, but maybe tap this 408, 407 mark. Not saying that's going to happen because this is a lot of sell pressure, and I feel like a lot of this volume is starting to come in, but I really think that we're going to tap this 401.50 this week, and if not, we're going to drop down below that 396 and be below 400 again. So a lot of panic in the markets. Jerome Powell did not seem like he was very convinced in the economy whatsoever, and neither am I, and neither is anybody else. They can't play this game much longer. A lot of people that know what's going on in the economy and how we are kind of set up the same way we were in 2008. I don't think there's going to be a massive housing crash where the thing is going to absolutely get destroyed, but I think when the Fed starts shrinking their balance sheet, we're going to slowly start falling, and I personally think we might see below this 362. But let's focus on the short term this week. I think we're going below 400. Might be a little chop at the beginning of the week, but a lot of fear is there, especially with this Bollinger Band opening down. QQQ, same thing, very similar. Big drop down. I've been selling a lot of covered calls, sold out of a lot of positions, and I've been taking a lot of puts. SPX will literally change your life if you figure out how to trade SPX. I think that we see below 300 in the QQQQ because the tech sector obviously takes the biggest hit with inflationary environments the way they are right now. So I think we could see this 295, but I really want to see that 300 test and below the 400 test in the S&P. One thing that I think is going to absolutely take off, I've been holding this one for a while, I posted about it on social media, there's a massive gap down in Amazon. This one right here from 132 all the way down to 125, but realistically it could hit this 123 mark. So 125 is really kind of my my target entry or my target exit. I've been in for a while, so I'm up pretty nicely on these puts, but there's still room to go. So if you're not in these already, if you haven't been following me on social media, one, go follow, and two, this is where the gap fill is. So it broke down this level right around here. You can see it all over my social media. But this is what I'm paying attention to now, that we're within this gap fill range, and it looks pretty good to head down. So we finally tapped this below this 132 mark, started cratering at the end of the day on Friday, and I think there's a lot more room to go. So we're at 130 right now, depending on where we open up. Could be the same situation, little consolidation for a little bit, and then a further drop down to fill this gap to 125. So 125 puts could be great if you're out of the money, and the money puts are obviously always the best. Get the best intrinsic value there. But this drop down below to 125, if not this 122 to fully fill this gap, I think that is also a possibility. So I could even extend this down a little bit and make it look even better. So there's a lot of room for Amazon to fall. If the market is weak, Amazon's going to take a massive hit. And honestly, I haven't seen a better setup on the downside in forever, so I'm going to start taking some October puts because September is historically a very bad month. And with this bearish engulfing pattern all over the map and all the fear that's happening, I'm expecting a lot more blood. So pay attention to that $400 level, the $300 level, and the Amazon. I think it's 128, 125, and I'll start scaling out. I'm already in there, but could be a great trade for you guys short term. So I hope that helps out, and let's get ready for some blood.